Pronidar or Pronoundar every pony. This is BronyDan. It's not original, but hey, you try coming up with reality these days. Folks, this week's episode is an interesting one for two reasons. One, it is the 200th episode. I know, it's shocking. I was surprised when we got to 100 episodes. And that was my first episode as BronyDan. Jesus. But the second thing that's interesting about this episode is that the story was developed by none other than Tara Strong, Ashley Ball, Andrea Libman, Tabitha St. Germain, and Kathy Weslick. That alone is worth a watch. So, let's see what the women who know these characters so well came up with Twilight 7. We begin with Spike and Twilight receiving a letter from Shining Armor about something called the Sibling Supreme.
When Shining Armor and I were small, we competed over everything. Sharing, getting good grades, even telling a really funny joke.
Little known fact that Twilight's fear of quesadillas actually came from this competition. So with the promise of being sibling supreme for all time, Twilight and Spike rush on over to Canterlot where Shining Armor is waiting.
You're wearing it?
With the return of Sombra, Princess Luna and I felt it was time to reinforce the castle's defenses.
I said we could do it ourselves, but some ponies are a bit stubborn.
Okay, which one do you think liked a royal problem so much that this had to be included? Yeah, I guess that was kind of obvious.
If you can get past my defenses, steal the crown, and get out, you'll be sibling supreme forever.
Pudding!
Sorry, but come on. When you make a meme, it's vitally important that you milk the fucker for as much as it's worth. But what exactly are the defenses?
The castle is surrounded by shards of Queen Chrysalis's throne. Thanks to Star Swirl, its anti-magic powers are now tuned to stop any creature from using a spell to get inside. You can't fly in either. Giant fans keep any creature from flying too close to the castle. And even if you could get in, which you can't, I've doubled the ranks of security. Ponies protect every hallway and door, which can only be opened with Royal Guard medals. Geese, you can hear their honks all the way in Ponyville.
Hogwarts has the enchanted knights and spells. Gallifrey has the transduction barrier. Canterlot has fans and geese. Clearly, it's the greatest of all defenses. Well, Twilight decided the best thing to do is to have her friends play to their strengths in order to get past the defenses. However...
He guessed your whole plan! What? Pinky Party rarity costumes? Sign the future Sibling Supreme? Oh, come on!
Well, do we have any alternatives?
No matter how brilliant your plan is, no matter how many variations you try, it will be something your brother expects, and you'll always win! Unless we have to do the opposite of what Shining Armor expects. Therefore, Twilight cannot mastermind the plan, but I can!
And now this is where reviewing the episode in my traditional way becomes tricky. Simply because there's just so much happening, it becomes impossible to actually explain it all. But I will say that it is quite possibly the most entertaining piece of MLP I have ever seen. The basic gist is that Rarity's plan is for everyone to come up with their own plans and do the opposite of what is expected of them. Which is code for, girls, do whatever the hell you want. This is where the 5 leads go full creative control with what they want with their characters, and you can tell that they have not pulled out the stops. You can see as well that each one has stuck with their characters and know how they will react in whatever circumstance they're going to be put into, and also what episode each one favoured. I mean, it's obvious both Tabitha and Ashley did Rarity and Rainbow section, which I think is the pillar of the plan, as they tried to get rid of Zephyr Breeze by dressing Rainbow Dash up as Meg from Hercules.
Whoa, we got a spooner!
It's good you're finally being honest with your feelings for me, Rainbows.
And I think Ashley just wanted an excuse to give Applejack another song, while Andrea...
I'm dropping you two off as soon as we're close to the fans. Then I'm going into space.
Okay, only with Pinkie Pie would having that in your plan be plausible. Not to mention that the dialogue is just so funny.
The CD Juice joint is always closed around this time.
Then how are we meant to shake down ne'er-do-wells for information?
Sister! Another false alarm from Shining Armor's guard geese.
But it does know when to stop and have an emotional moment.
I was always excited to be a part of Twilight's and Shining Armor's rivalry, like I was their little brother. But they never really thought of me that way.
I know they both have a special place in their heart for you, but sibling dynamics are hard, trust me.
I kind of feel bad for praising this episode so much, but you can't help it. Of course, things naturally go wrong, meaning that the only plan left is to go back to Twilight's plan, which of course works.
I'm strong, Twilight, but not even I can buck through solid rock.
That's why I brought a specialist.
Twilight, y'all didn't really need me if you were gonna be using Maud in your plan anyway. In fact, that could be unexpected. Why didn't you use her? But the plan doesn't work completely.
I am sorry, Twilight, but it looks as though Shining Armor has truly won the crown.
That's the thing about looks. They can be deceiving.
Spike?
You two don't think you have the only sibling rivalry. I had an inside pony help.
Never before has someone sat on a throne stroking a goose ominously ever looked so threatening. So it turns out Spike and Luna work together to get one over their siblings, and thus Spike is crowned Sibling Supreme.
Huh? The little brother we've always had.
Twilight 7 should have been called Twilight 10, because that's how much I'm giving this episode. This whole episode was just so funny. I've never had this much fun with an episode in a long time. You could tell everyone was putting in their all for this, from the writing, the acting, the animation. It was all top notch. 200 episodes is already a milestone, but being able to completely surpass the previous milestone, the 100th episode, in terms of quality, deserves some recognition. So this is BronyDan saying, congratulations to all the leads who wrote the story and to the entire staff of MLP. You made this episode possible. And I would say here's to another 200 episodes, but yeah, we know that's not gonna happen.